Really slow today, and webcasting is going slower.
Hey, while we're at some downtime, did everyone get my message about the comedy show?
Yeah. 2 tickets for me.
Nobody wants. You want to? Anyone wants?
I didn't see it. I want to go.
3, 4.
He's got a ticket to the comedy show on Saturday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Where is the message though? I don't see it.
Tuesday, Thursday. I sent it.
It's like an open mic night thing, right?
No. It's a comedian. He's a professional comedian. He's gonna be performing.
Where is it?
It's right here, Open Stage Club. It's like 5 minutes away from.
Okay, cool.
Dad wants a name drop.
Wait, but have you
He wants a name drop.
But have you actually been to this location? Do you have the talent?
Are you questioning the
I am
validity
not,
of
but they
buying
hire people like
presenting?
Gabriel Iglesias. They've been on MTV and all this stuff.
What is your connection with this place?
Girlfriend's cousin.
Oh, okay.
He runs the whole venue.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go. What night?
Saturday at 8.
Saturday at 8? Yeah, I can do that.
Yep, that's him.
I think. Okay, we gotta slack the link to Jackie. Sorry, we're moving a little slow today here, people.
No, the hard rock brings in some really great talent. Yeah, you know what I noticed too? Like, when you said that, at minimum, you write the email address, and I don't have my email address on the
They're really cool. Really cool.
Do you also give
Who?
it a write it down?
Yeah.
It's on the first
I
page.
think they have dev positions.
No, he didn't do it.
It's really cool.
Wait, so that comedian is a professor at UM?
No way. Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, he's a comedian.
How are you?
Something you shouldn't be.
Okay, Jackie got her link. Yeah, Jackie. Okay, so we are going to be moving into week 18, day 1. That's the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay. Week 18. So first we're going to start running some very simple queries in Mongo. So all of you have installed 2 things actually by now in installing Mongo. You have the MongoDB server and then you have the Mongo client. So the Mongo client is mostly what you will be working with. The server just runs in the background and that's what handles all of the data and stuff. When you interact with it, you will interact with it using the Mongo client. To start the Mongo client, go to your command line and type Mongo. Or whatever command line you're using, whatever bash you use.
Assuming everyone is running MongoD, didn't close that out.
Yeah, assuming if you can't connect to Mongo. So everyone go to your bash, whether it's Git bash or Mac OS terminal or Linux bash or whatever you're using, and type Git. Or type Mongo and see what happens. Okay, so you got to run MongoD. So now run MongoD, depending on how you installed it. What happened for the rest of you? How many of you had it work? You got to see a little triangle. Okay, so a few of you it didn't work. So for the ones of you who didn't work, it might be already running too. Mongo or MongoD failed?
MongoD in one.
TAs and I are.
So from there, you have to use less.
Yeah, there we go.
Server has started. So you're gonna actually this.
To be honest, just 16 minutes we had this.
Yes, so you already have them.
That's why I wanted to add on more. I don't think she knows that.
I control C does Mongo. It says box. This is
Yeah.
But it's two good to go.
Yeah, I need to fill out. But I always told you that. Yeah, that's one thing I should say. I don't know what you mean.
Oh.
Good, okay, I think you're good, Davian. Still working on it?
Because like, obviously, if she's recommending for us.
So now you're connected to Mongo, so you do use less than DB, and that's what you're doing.
Oh, okay, so you said okay, okay, I think we're good, we're ready to start.
She's recommending. Yeah, so interesting when I was going they had a section where they make sure that you
Yeah, I've never said it was like ship databases or. Oh, okay. So this is a new database that's created, and we're gonna start adding the collection to that database.
Wow.
And then we're gonna use we took a tabs to this
Talk about a learning method. Look at this. We can show them back here. How do I get this?
See, okay, so now it's.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. Oh, you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, everyone, so now that you guys have MongoDB installed, you are going to run these simple queries if you haven't done that already. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell it which DB to use, right? Because just like in SQL, as well as having multiple collections, like SQL has multiple tables, we can also have multiple what? Multiple databases, right? We can have multiple databases on our one server. Same Mongo. Well, yeah, so in SQL, let's go back to what we've learned about SQL already. You have multiple databases per server, and then there are multiple tables per database. Mongo, there are multiple databases per server, and then there are multiple collections per database. You guys all got that?
They're always called databases.
Right, but they're always called databases. So you can type use lesson DB, and this will create the DB for you if it does not already exist. So you get to skip that one extra step that you have to do in SQL. Then you can type DB, and it will show you that you're in lesson DB. So let's see, can we all do those first two steps?
So in which tab should we do that in a tab where we did Mongo or the tab where we did MongoDB?
Tab where you did Mongo. Mongo is the client. Mongo is how you queries. MongoD tab will just give you like output for like if there's a problem, that just tells you what the server is doing in the background. That's rarely ever really useful. Okay, so you guys all got that? You guys know what you're doing? You're going to make the new database. Yeah, use lesson DB. It'll create the database if it isn't already there, and then you just type DB and it'll tell you what database you're in. It should say lesson DB.
Yeah, it says. Know the current DB, current data.
Is Jackie with? Jackie, can you hear us? Oh, she's here. Hi, Jackie. Can you run the queries, Jackie?
I think she's probably a little delayed.
Oh,
The video's probably a little-
yeah. Like really delayed? Like a few minutes?
You're having too much fun, I think.
You've seen that.
She's typing, she's typing. No, but I know the song. Wait.
Awesome, Jackie. You're the bomb.
I don't-
We love you, Jackie.
Oh, that one.
I'm just messing.
So you need to see that full too, and then you'll know exactly.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god.
This is why.
Okay, so has everybody gotten to this point here where you type DB and it shows you your lesson DB?
No, I'm having a problem. Wait for him.
Okay.
Yeah, we're almost done here.
What I don't like is the
This. Can't type
that one was sad.
it.
No, when she's like, oh, in person. God. I hope we don't.
This is what we're gonna be using.
If
If I try Mongo
D,
right, because
Except for like the one that changed the machines to all like Christian songs and like.
this is Mongo D.
I voluntarily watched the movie like 4
Oh,
times.
you're good.
Then I can't type it.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, because that's so basically what's going to sort of
So I should just have one.
Real way to this.
like that,
scratched
download it, and then you spin up a new one. That's the
Are we doing the next thing?
Yeah, so did everybody get, I want to kind of all stay together, but people are like doing their own thing. So guys, did we all at least type in database? Can we all see that we're using, what, Pedro, no? Okay, Jonathan, support Pedro,
Say that again?
please. Lesson DB, he said is undefined. Anyone else have a problem getting the database? Everyone else is good. Okay. So we're going to move on. John, are you good now? You're up to date? Did you try these first 2 things we did? Use Lesson DB? You just type that in and that will give you a new database, Lesson DB, and then you type DB and that's just to make sure that it worked. So everyone, I would like you to pay attention up here because I would like to show you guys something. db.places.insert. Can anybody take a guess what this thing does, this little piece of code here?
It makes a places collection and inserts those 2 entries into the collection.
Yeah, that is very good. But what I was really looking for is that's a Mongo query. This is what a Mongo query is always going to look like. So this is what we have. Every Mongo query will start with DB. DB is the root object in Mongo. It uses JavaScript. These queries are written in JavaScript, and it uses JavaScript objects. So every query is going to start with DB dot the name of your collection. So places is the name of the collection. Then you have different methods that you can do, like insert, delete, update. What are some other methods, Jonathan?
Insert, delete, update.
Find is one that you'll use a lot, or find one. Very similar to Firebase database, actually. So everyone try running this query. And then after that, you'll run places.find, and it should show you this new record that you've just added to your database. Okay, everybody got that? Try these 2 steps. Run the query to insert, then run the query to get all records by doing places.find. This one or this one? This one?
No, yeah. On 31.
31. Find all data in the collection. Yeah, that's just like an example. This is what 31 is telling you to do. You just do.
It's saying collection name, you replace that with the name of a collection that you want to find.
Yeah, so places is the collection name, so you do db.collection name, which is places, it's not fine.
I know, I think they can custom paste.
Wait, do you guys all have this file on your own computers?
It's so much nicer to just read it.
Okay.
Since we're working
Sorry.
on one screen.
I'm good with that.
Oh, I like that 35 version.
You can call it whatever you want. So you can compare that. Right, you replace that with that collection.
In the first video, but he's not first thing.
No. So, okay. So what you did lesson D, you didn't use lesson D. You created the database because it didn't exist. Then it went into the database. Now you're using lesson D base, right? Okay. So you say put into places. Places is because the collection kind of take.
Basically, re-Google just put
Right, exactly. And since it didn't exist, it went ahead and noticed something even there. It created places and then it inserted all that.
It's not Sweden. It's yes. I knew it was before.
db.places.
No.
Exactly. And then you could do, so do db.places.
What was the main actress? She's.
Dot find. And see, and that's exactly.
Yeah.
So that's your collection.
It's
That's the first sentence.
Okay, is it working for everybody? Not working?
Oh, okay, I was the first time.
It's gotta be made.
Okay, so it's working. Let's move on. Maybe not. So what's going on with them? Are they?
I'm not sure.
Okay, guys, I need you guys to kind of help me out and just like let me know where you are so I can know if the class needs to move on or if we need to spend. Okay, you did that one, then you did the places.find. That worked for you. Did that work for everyone? Whoever that worked for, please show me your hand so I can know where we're at. Okay, who did that not work for? Nobody. Okay, so you two, Martha and John Cho.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna move on. So now we're gonna try just attaching the .pretty method onto our .find. So just everyone try that and see what happens. Makes it pretty. It puts lipstick and eyeliner on it.
Lipstick on it.
So you're gonna do that dot pretty. I think that's pretty.
Everyone see what that does? The .pretty? Everyone get it? Yeah, there's that. Okay.
Oh, this is so awesome.
So you guys are seeing all this stuff. You guys all have this file. Play around with this stuff. Take a few minutes. Try to add some records. Maybe try to delete a record. See if you can guess what method that would be to delete. And we'll get all these examples. So just play around for like another couple minutes. I'm not sure how we're doing on time.
Oh, so it's an underscore ID?
Queries.
Are we good on time, John?
Behind.
For 10 minutes? Okay.
Does anyone not understand what's going on?
Yeah, good question.
Everyone understands
There's like a bunch of graduations for high schools now. Bank United, chocolate shop, everything.
Oh, Wattsville. When is Wattsville now?
How did that connect to this right now?
I have no idea. Yeah, but those.
Oh, they're pretty. What are you talking about?
Like, does everyone understand like what the find does, what the collection does, and all that? Okay.
Wait, what happened? There was another school shooting?
Miscommunication.
Yeah, he understood what they.
Yeah, but was there a school shooting?
No.
Oh, what?
Oh, today? Yeah, I don't know. I guess people are graduating today.
Oh, okay. Okay, so everyone does understand what's going on with the Mongo, even if we don't have a clue what's going on with anything else. We understand how to code Mongo. So that's one less thing to worry about. Okay, we are going to move on to the next exercise. Were you guys able to play around with all of that and stuff? Get it to work? No? Sure. Okay. So now we have a fun exercise for you guys to do. Yay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to, and then we're going to get to go on break right after this. Or do you guys want to go on break first? It's almost break time.
Let's do the
Okay, break.
Nice. Yeah. Arguments and reality.
Where am I gonna spend literally all my
I'll slide down the link to you guys.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's no, that's the Starbucks.
No, but the Shalala one.
Oh yeah, the library.
No, I haven't even
Shalala.
Salida.
Donna E. Shalala. She was Bill Clinton's secretary of.
She's running
That wasn't her. That was because like she's like over freaking terrified for that.
Yeah, that's why I go to Einstein. You know,
Yeah.
But I honestly, when it comes to coffee, it was pretty good. When it comes to bagels, I prefer Einstein.
No.
But the thing
Oh,
is,
career fair.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your final.
for me, it's also the bread and stuff.
Your third project. Yes.
So you want to write out bread and stuff. With Einstein, it's like, sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoot.
Einstein.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's Uber Eats.
No, you can do DoorDash, it's free delivery.
Okay,
If you.
I'm here right now.
So it's like, oh, you can get free
We're attempting to be funny anyway.
Should I paste it? Because right now I'm here.
No.
So we have to make
Yeah, one crowd. That's like nice.
That's family events, right?
I mean, I used to.
I need chocolate.
Yeah, close it.
Oh,
We have to wait for
Even now. So
I
I
was just like,
chocolate with
we need to
mocha
open
chips,
it.
so I can have
No,
coffee,
yeah.
coffee, ice cream, chocolate chips, but I can't just have chocolate.
Oh,
what about with like?
shit, you're awake at night?
No.
What about like nothing?
Oh.
Oh, you're like.
What
I think they're pretty cool.
So Mongo D will run the
This is
server. And then
Maybe
you
not.
leave that there running. And then you run Mongo. And Mongo is what connects to your
You
server.
can't commit.
So now you can run commands, say like show data.
Yeah. We're gonna need that quickly.
So that's what you would run there.
Wow.
Okay. But make sure you start from the top. You're starting
Sure.
halfway.
So are we on
Start
18?
over here.
Yes, we are. And we.
Okay, from right here. Okay. Okay.
You and Johnny can with your countdowns. And your claims.
Doesn't include graduation or demolition. Hey, how's it going? Good. You want the peanut butter? Okay.
I love the previously. You should just show me a movie club. Yeah, from the Miami-Dade College. They're the ones who are in charge of the Miami Film Festival, and then as a part to like keep the program running, they also have movie clubs. so you get to see screening. Basic stuff. The membership's not that bad, because the membership pays for like scholarships and film students.
I got it.
Information,
You got it? Cool.
which I should have.
That's your
practiced.
portfolio.
Missed opportunity.
My movie club is free. All you gotta do is pay for it. I try to work.
That's, you just run, you're just so strange sometimes, like, I can't get a sense for where your normality.
I had like a
Don't
worry, dude, I'm just paying too.
I think that's the way we.
Yeah, it was you at example.com.
I had like a nice design that I made, but then I got some feedback that it shouldn't be so static. So
Okay, what is the ball center? Ball center?
No, but I was thinking
Oh,
if
yeah,
you were interested,
Yeah, it's like a sketch mark.
but unfortunately, most of the movie screenings are
Hey,
in
bro, I
South
like it.
Florida. And by South Florida, I mean like Little Havana.
yeah, like about a domain.
Great outfit.
So I know a little more frequent.
What are you working at right now? Like the flex box of it?
I think
Or are you
materials does
changing it
that.
again? Or?
I can't wait to see
Columns.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, I think you still have that flex box to shoot it.
I haven't watched the trailer. I used to watch a lot of trailers, but I stopped because I still said benefit.
I
really-
But like, say for me,
I hate
queries or
watching
something like
trailers.
that.
Yeah.
But like
It does like a
sitting
decent
there-
job.
Also, you kind of know how it ends.
Little things you can ask around.
Yeah, like.
I feel like
Helpers
all
are
trailers are like a
materials.
mockery of themselves.
I hate
Like,
trailers.
chunks.
Semantic
Have you noticed though that there are sometimes where they tease the movie in a trailer and you're excited for a certain scene and that scene doesn't come out in the actual movie because they decided to cut it last minute?
Yeah.
And you're just like,
But it's also like right now I'm seeing all of like they put all these interesting parts of the movie in the trailer, and I have no reason to watch the
Or
movie.
like with comedies, when they'll take the two funniest jokes in the movie and put that in the trailer, and then you see them, and there's like that.
Oh, there it is. That's the joke that we already know. Like,
no, I specifically won't watch comedy trailers because they do put the best content in the trailer.
But you can.
Oh.
Sorta.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
They don't
I'm
do it
gonna
right.
have to do
Look what it did.
like a collapsible menu or something.
Yeah.
I want drinks.
Look at me.
It's only
No,
three or
so
four.
you have the electronic twin sister.
So Dan, when are you leaving?
And a lot of employers.
When are you leaving?
I think next Tuesday was my last class. Or leave Friday.
Wow. So have you already?
Like, you know, that's why you have the interview
Oh, yeah.
process. And
Oh,
Yeah,
so you can go
yeah,
and
so you're-
like, if you can talk,
He's
then
back.
they're gonna
Yeah,
have
so you
confidence.
just take all these like static
This
HTML
hour.
files, it would
Like,
be
don't look
within
too
your React.
Oh,
It's completely new construction and everything.
Oh, okay.
So please just stuff in this new built. Like this.
I mean, I was trying to read up.
Now, I know I
Yeah.
added to those pubs and I got
That's
so
one thing
excited.
that's good about it is like,
It's confusing.
like,
So lots of
typically, you know,
objects, you
previous
just kind of
guys,
serve
like, you've done
HTML
videos
files.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We were doing, well, we did
Yeah, it's
the.
like construction, it's about like.
It's
ready
ready,
to
it's what's up
get
on
for,
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, stuff that's lesser.
So far, we're just
That's
doing.
low down.
contributing to
It's like 25 minutes from downtown Columbus.
I'm more familiar
You
with
let it
that.
fry,
like,
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's really paid.
What's he
Like,
like?
it's
I'm
like,
Yeah.
excited for that. I mean, we've been working on it, like, we don't really.
You have to edit your global.
A lot more.
I fixed that, so now.
Downtown.
Yeah.
I'm just like trying to rewrite all my.
You're going there to just check it out for now, or you never campfire just going on?
I'm finishing, like, remotely. I haven't done how to shit on. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Party for your
No, then you won't even be next Tuesday. You don't have class then.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
You won't be here.
So we're waiting on here.
When is your last?
This Thursday for my class, oh fuck, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Are you like allergic to any kind of like pastry?
And how do we like the country name?
So,
We want to insert.
Are there any flavors?
Well, yeah. I'm just saying we want to insert more countries. Okay. So you're basically going to do the same thing,
It's
but
either
with
like
different
a
countries.
boy
Gotcha.
or-
But also, I was so much wrong. Like, there were a lot of
That's right. Not mine.
Yeah.
That's about it. Everything else went to you. Wait, so we don't have class. We have class Saturday, right?
No.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, like,
Oh,
yeah.
people I know are really good.
I have a lot of things to catch up on.
Oh, I'll be good.
Morales, I will alert you when I am ready for my homework to be here.
Are you still learning Sparkle and Morpheus?
No.
I've been pretty
Yeah,
good.
I've been grading.
Yeah, no, thank God. Thank God, I'm a little behind.
Because I have
haven't-
this class, then I have like my stuff, and then what was David's, and then
Yeah.
what was Nick's, the other Nick's.
On it, so.
Wait, you're
But can't,
grading?
wait, hold on, but can't Nick C still grade from the
But
cover
they
of
made his Sparkle career.
He's not getting paid for it though.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, did he quit or
On the
what?
back end, yeah.
No.
Front end.
Gonna have to.
Okay. So you
Because
work
his car is like destroyed.
destroyed.
There's no way
I'm
to
trying to learn a little bit.
That's what insurance
is
for. Honestly, at this point.
Do you not have insurance?
Yeah.
Like, I totaled my car this semester. Look
There you
where
go,
I
you're still
am,
here.
right here.
Yeah.
It's total. I totaled it.
You are?
Yeah, I'm driving. Well, my mom used the money to get herself a new car, and she gave me hers.
There we go.
But basically, I got a new car, and now I'm here.
That's the solution.
That's what insurance is for.
What car did you have before?
Yeah.
Toyota Camry. Now I have a Hyundai.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
Yeah, congratulations.
What? That's a ray. That's an array.
Yeah.
Oh, the array. Ah, so Italy's an array. Madrid, Japan, list. Okay. So right now I'm sorry. Perfect. So now.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go order the back. And I'm gonna pay it all to my sister. No, I know they are, but the thing is, I might be too low.
Yeah, I was looking at it, so that's interesting. It's not really hard though. I mean,
Yeah, I don't like that.
math and stuff.
Well,
I think it's
I think
better
I'm
than
to build like my own little machine learning thing.
There we go. We came out.
It's all
Okay.
GPUs.
And how do I restart my server? This server when I go home.
Cool.
Yeah.
How do
If you
I?
think
What
when
time
reading,
do I
I go
supposed to go first? Control C.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
It's a problem.
Okay, but can I just go to one like that?
People immediately assume
Let's go to
fake
the-
substances. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not the
Control.
point.
Let's see.
There's
Like,
a
there are, but that's not the
There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. You can
Yes.
have like, crappy pasta and stuff all the
Okay,
time.
down.
You just get
So
rid of it.
basically,
You can have,
well, you can leave this window up,
fruits and
okay,
vegetables
and then when you go home, just type in Mongo
and
D,
be very
and then Mongo here.
get more
Mongo
nutrition
here.
than
Mongo D and
anyone
Mongo.
else.
So I need to do this one first before I do this one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because this is gonna start.
What do you guys think of the keto?
The-
Yeah, this is Mongo.
Sure, you guys tried it?
I've lost
Mongo.
100 pounds since January.
What is
Did you know-
Well, yes, it is. Basically, carbs are not for anyone.
I'm not, I'm taking a break.
But you have to do it inside.
I'm taking,
You see it?
And I already spoke to me trying to do a diet that might
way.
You have to do it inside that. Yeah, and the same thing here too. Exactly.
So the thing is, like, there's just like in vegetarian, some people have pasta and carbs all the time.
Yeah.
The same thing, there's people who they keto to them, which is low carb, means eat bacon.
What about lunch? Just like chicken,
Which is
rice?
just as bad.
You just have like broccoli.
So with
Yes,
anything.
you'll lose weight, but you're not getting any nutrition.
Right, but high fat, high
Look-
protein, low carb isn't for everybody.
Yes, it is.
I don't think
Just-
so.
there's
You
a-
know,
Most of my
beans and you
customers
don't
don't
wanna-
know like sugar. No, it's high
no,
protein, high fat.
it's not even high protein. It's medium protein,
I
high
heard the
fat,
first 2 weeks
low
of the hardest because you're like pretty hungry. Like,
high fat.
Medium to high protein.
Generally,
Ideally healthy fats like avocados,
unsaturated and
coconut
poly.
oil is great for you.
you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Sometimes you
Uh,
have keto food, which is why your body is like
Did you ever eat
It's-
Well, if you
So the dosage is what
So
aren't
you
in the
don't
habit of
have to
having
avoid
this
going on
stuff,
keto. Just do it.
But
Because the summary is basically it's effective for weight loss, but it shouldn't really be something done long term. Your brain.
I'm really interested in it.
if you're doing it the right way, where you're getting a whole bunch of nutrition from like leafy green vegetables, then it's absolutely sustainable and will help you perform the best you've ever performed.
Are you talking about keto or something?
Yeah.
So you said just for eating like lots of healthy fruits and vegetables. Some people read about diets and they just think about like.
So do you really don't get as tired during the day?
No,
No, you're and like I have really bad nights.
Yeah,
and
and
there's keto.
And so like
I'm waiting on
even
stuff.
like
That's how I feel like I
get nutrition.
Yeah, it's like night and day.
The bulletproof guy suggests to
But
have
like,
a little
here's
bit
just
of
the
fruit
hardest,
at night,
it's socially.
or a little bit of
Because,
carb
like,
at
if you go out
night.
to
Like
eat,
you get plenty
you
of
can't get a
nutrition,
burger,
you
you
can
have to
also
take the box
supplement.
off.
But like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna eat like fast
but I mean,
food,
I don't know. People get used
if
to
the
it.
alternative is eating
And like
vegetables,
a lot of
then
places
you're gonna
now,
have to supplement
like,
anyway if you're not getting
That's
and
fine
that.
for you. Like 5 packs.
I guess
you
the
get
whole
that strong.
point
You
is
take factory, you can order it. from-
whether you're poisoning yourself with carbs is one aspect of your health, and the other aspect is whether you're giving yourself nutrition, which has nothing.
And yeah, but yeah, when you
What's that?
How do you figure
burgers
carbs?
and those lines.
There's plenty of research into it that shows just how horrible it is for you.
Like,
You
can't
can't get breaded
low
on
calorie high.
yeah, no bread.
Well, low, just you're not
Low
supposed to.
calorie high.
You can have fried
meat, lots of like plants, leaves, and stuff like that.
Not fried chicken.
So you can use almond flour and almond flour as substitutes. They still have a lot.
Yeah, it was a simple carb. It's a sugar. That's not something you can go more complicated.
Yeah,
Brown rice
you can use
and
it
that. But to your point, I will say that yeah, you shouldn't have your primary comprised.
Yeah, so it's basically like a fast.
That shouldn't be easy, but
So the soy is a mango tea, right?
Well, there's no
Wow.
thing that makes a good carb a good carb is the nutrition that comes packaged with it. But the carb itself is literally empty calories that do nothing for you, spike your insulin,
And why don't you stop?
yeah. But you do need carbs to help fuel the brain and so the glycogen stores to be
And
processed.
I felt really bad.
You don't know.
Yeah, but again, you
Because they're like a
you
like,
can
they're
get,
love language.
you don't need that much of it,
Yeah.
and the only time you need it is at night when you're sleeping.
Where's she from?
That's the only
Okay.
functional purpose that carbs
But
serve.
it's still bad.
So if you were to have like your brown rice, or your sweet potato, or your raspberries, or whatever carb you wanted at night before you go to bed, then that's when you do the insulin spike crash when you actually want to sleep. What happens when you eat a carby lunch? What happens like a few hours after that?
I don't know, that's biased.
Full of
Nice.
It's just exhausting.
You get the itis, right? What was your...
Because a lot of my meals end up comprised of some kind of grain as essential thing. So like, I show you recipes, but basically it's like pasta with a bunch of veggies on top of that, or
Okay.
rice with a bunch of veggies on top
So
of
what
that.
happens after you eat that? A couple hours after.
Well, that's biased for two reasons. One, it's not as big a portion of carbohydrates as you think, and two, I don't get enough sleep on
Well,
my own. So
You have your net carbs, right? So you have
Alright,
vegetables,
but
that's small amount of
Your
carbs.
fiber, yeah.
So you calculate like your net carbs from
Yeah.
on the veg.
But like
Which most vegetables don't have that.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
very much, but
on this diet, I've gotten away with a lot less sleep and also been able to stay awake during the day. Much more so than like I was vegan, I was vegetarian, I did like, you know, the fruits and veggies and all that crap, like literally the most conventionally healthy thing ever
we
during
forget, like, all
college,
the
and I
fats,
still
like,
fell asleep.
That's the thing I'm-
bacon and like so it's like the diet's kind of built on like fats instead of sugars.
That's my concern, because I know, like, from what I can recall, is like the ketones that build up in the body over a long period of time is not a good thing.
Well, so
You're using
yeah,
it.
you're using it. So
That's
that's
the
the
thing.
thing.
But why? Oh, because you're typing in the wrong one. This is.
I know a lot of people that have done it like.
Oh,
for
right.
5+
Because
years.
you're saying db.place.fun, right?
Yeah.
What is the db? Oh, because when you log out, when you go there, you you're gonna tell it. You have to tell it which DB you want to use.
I used
Do you ever have like
And
cheat?
the command just use.
Do you ever like cheat?
I don't know.
Yeah,
what
and
it is.
then but I'll do that when I expect to not have to.
You copy one, right? Yeah, copy. So you name
Like,
it both.
okay, it won't be horrible if I have a really long nap today. I'll eat
Less than DB.
Less than DB. Okay, so every time I had to do this one.
Well, if that's
Yeah.
the database you want to use, yes. Okay, so now we're using switch to database.
So,
Less than DB.
Gotcha.
So now you can
Ideally,
db.places.
regardless of keto or whatever.
Do you stick to a lot of like steak and red meats or mostly chicken?
I've been trying to cut down on
There
that
we
stuff.
go. Okay, thanks.
Ideally, I'd like
Okay,
to
now
be at the very least vegetarian and keto.
Really?
Vegan keto would be the goal, but that's gonna be very hard.
One more pescatarian.
Where do you get your protein?
Protein. Well, now they do a lot of like I get the Beyond Burger all the time
Beyond
because
Burger.
that thing they take the proteins out of beets and peas and stuff.
Does it have soy in it or no?
No, the Beyond Burger doesn't have soy. So you would get it from that. Or basically, like that's hard to do because there's not a lot of protein sources vegetarian protein sources that don't come packaged with.
So you're not like pescatarian, like you don't have seafood or anything?
Yes, I absolutely will eat seafood,
You're
especially
because
sustainably
vegetarians
sourced
are
because I
very
go and
strict.
catch it myself.
Vegetarians like very strict, like no seafood, nothing.
What's that?
Vegetarians like more strict, pescatarian, you know, you have your seafood.
Well, it's just
Okay,
from
we gotta get started,
an
everyone.
ecology standpoint.
Let's resume
Like I know the
Mongo,
fish that I'm
keto.
catching are sustainably caught.
Everyone, we're gonna get started.
But ideally, we wouldn't raise cattle and pigs and chickens and stuff for consumption.
Do you work out too? Like, do you like quite often?
You know,
But you're diving, like that, you do a good amount of physical exercise. Let's say.
well, scuba's supposed to be a very like lax sport. Like sometimes I'll end up kicking my butt off, but not usually.
No, scuba is not much of a workout. It's
I think it's more than just sitting at a desk all day.
Really?
Hey, so one of us while we're eating,
Like I literally wake up, I sit down to eat, and then sit down while I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
Sit back in my car, go back home, and then you just sit on my desk on my computer or the lane bed.
I'd say that the most exertion I do is carrying tanks all the time.
Oh, are you an instructor or?
Yeah, I'm an
Oh, nice. I want to get night shot certified. So.
Yeah, I can do that.
How much is that?
For the company I'm working for,
Do you go to Shark Dive?
do you have gear?
Just like fins, dog, like mask.
Okay, everyone, we gotta get started. Sorry, Alec and Sam, you guys can take it offline. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into this exercise. It is O2 for all of you guys, so let's read the instructions. We're gonna use the command line to create a classroom database. We're gonna insert entries for yourself and the people in your row in a student's collection because we're all sitting in nicely organized neat rows. Or since we're not doing that, just find some people near you or something. A field of OS. Oh, a field of operating system, OS, which will contain the operating system of the computer they are using. Mac, Windows, Linux, FreeBSD. What other good operating systems are there?
Linux.
I said Linux.
I don't know.
Ubuntu,
Chrome
Linux, Red Hat Linux, Chrome OS, that's a good one. There's lots of them. Solaris is a popular one. I guess Android and iOS. No, it's different. Yeah, it's different.
Android on a computer?
Yeah, no, Chrome OS is on a computer, but Android runs on like a tablet or something, I guess. Anyway, point is, we all know what operating systems are. A field of hobbies with an array of the person likes. So guys, we can just use the previous thing. All you guys are going to be doing is the insert and then the find. You're going to do db.yourcollectionname.insert, and then you give it the JavaScript object to insert. And then when you want to find it, you do the db.collection.find. Does that make sense to everyone? Everyone get how this works? Questions on this? Yes, Mel.
One question, because maybe I missed it earlier, but like when we did the databases in MySQL, we had that accessible through the PHP admin. If we wanted to look at the database we created for this, is it possible for MongoDB? Or
do the .find.pretty. That's the way I do it as a developer, and the way most developers normally do it. There are not nearly as many visual admins for Mongo as there are for SQL. One of the reasons for that is that the data structures are more complicated. So it's very easy to visualize a SQL database because it's all nice little tables. With Mongo, it's collections inside of collections, and everything gets a bit more confusing. So it gets harder to show that way. Jonathan, do you know anything?
Yeah, I know Mongo had a REST API built in where they would give you port 23017 or 2218 or something like that, and you would be able to, on your browser, look at it like as a kind of like a SQL table. But they just deprecated that because it caused a whole bunch of errors, so you can no longer do that because of reasons like what he said. So
yeah, pretty much like we're developers now, we do stuff in the command line with Mongo, but they make it really easy for us, so we don't really need the admin as much as we do with SQL. The what?
Yeah.
What is it? Robo? Huh?
It's like a visual GUI for Mongo.
Yeah, I don't have any experience with that. Typically, I just use the command line. It's usually pretty easy.
We're also not like going to be using the command line very often in favor of instead like writing a program that does this stuff.
Yes, I mean, absolutely. This is when you're administrating your data, when you need to get all your ducks in a row, when you need to get the data in the database. If you need to reorganize stuff, then you'll do it from the command line. Mostly, though, it'll run from your app. Your app will talk to the MongoDB. So that's the meat and potatoes of it. Yeah. So you guys, you'll remember this is the same way we did it with SQL too. We first started writing SQL queries just in the SQL terminal, and then we moved to doing it in our web apps. So we're doing the same thing here. Okay. How much time do we have for this, Jonathan?
Removing, updating the dropper.
This is MongoDB Basics 2.
No,
assignment. MongoDB Basics. 15 minutes. Okay. So we'll stop at 25. So feel free to play around with this stuff. It's good to just try different things, play around with it, you'll learn stuff. Bless you. Jackie, can you hear us? Oh, yeah, she can.
It always throws me off when you do that because you make it sound like you're talking to a spirit. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess I gotta.
Oh. Oh.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Instead of name, roll number.
Anyone need help?
Yeah, so first thing is you're going to create a database. First.
Oh, so Jackie can hear us.
Use?
Or use, oh. The new database?
No, just the name of the database, whatever you want to call it.
Oh. Can I just add the same one or?
No, because that already exists.
Oh, okay. So this is
Oh, do you mean in here or do you mean in this thing?
Perfect.
Okay. So.
But you're not going to use places.
So it's not classroom.
No. So classroom is the database. Okay. The collection is going to be called something different. Students. It's going to be db.students.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to use a new database, you can. Classroom. Now we can start. So then you do the dot, whatever the question you want. Dot insert.
I'm just saying.
No. No, we could do an array. We do it as an array. Put it in that view.
Yeah, then we could have a big JSON object. Just like
How easy is it sports?
Yeah, I guess that one.
No. You never figured this way to live I'm following the instructions. That's one of my hobbies. Following instructions.
You look like you have that pasted on your Facebook profile.
Following.
Is there a way of getting the list of all the databases that we have in our system?
Then you just type in TV and enter, and it'll show you your databases.
You want to find what?
All the databases.
Show databases.
Show data.
Then hobbies.
No, you're still do DB.
Oh, you mean how to insert multiple? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do this one.
Oh, you DB dot.
Yes, the video game. And just having the TV.
Oh, thank you.
I just wrote the whole thing.
Video game.
An array of 3
I guess you could say cooking, but I do it out of necessity, so I don't know if it becomes.
Also, maybe you were missing a comment. I just did them individually. Because I did it the way the president in the video. Yeah, because Sam did it the same way that you're doing it.
It's probably db.places.delete and then.
Well, you can either delete one
Do you
or
want to
delete
delete
many.
all of them? Yeah, db.places.delete and just leave the parentheses empty.
They have an insert and then they have insert menu. No, it should be DB because you should already be in the
Perfect, yeah. Send it.
Oh, I see the leak on your machine.
No, you're db does.
Oh, right here.
Parentheses.
Oh, you forgot to, is this an array? OS, is that an array? Array of strings?
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
When you forgot.
I just got the,
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, no, I don't want to mess with this one.
oh, I mean, there's also so many ways to skip.
See, let's say it's row, I will put more like 2, 3, 4, and then.
Yeah,
Rate
just
it.
that.
Oh, you want to make that an array?
Yeah. So same thing like that.
Yeah, this actually reminds me of a lot of SQLitis. It doesn't have documentation.
I think one of these was probably written like, I want to write this to appeal to all of you who use the other, but want the benefits of Postgres.
Yeah. Of an actual database, so SQLitis is a database.
But I feel like most of just the the APIs or the packages or whatever, is just someone found another one and they're like, it's really cool, but it doesn't do this. So I have to make my own, you know? That's why there's so many ORMs out there.
Because I have.
I would apply.
What is it saying? Did it give you an error?
Yeah.
Well, why are you trying to go?
You're trying to run a function.
Yeah.
Well, do you not sponsor by person?
Oh, no.
It's like taking series. Oh.
I did that drop instead. Because apparently delete many doesn't work with the cat database. It's quite the documentation thing. So if you want to remove all documents from a cat collection, please drop. I'm looking it up right now.
Drop removes the collection too.
Yeah, that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, so that's drop.
Which I guess isn't.
And we'll have drop in examples too. We'll go over all this stuff. We're still at the very basics. So we're gonna bring that to a close now, everyone. Did everyone have some good playtime with Mongo? Yeah? Okay, we're gonna move on. You guys want to see the solved example? You guys pretty much should have this. I don't think anyone really needs this, right?
Yeah.
You guys all have something like this?
Speak now, forever hold you.
Or speak now, or we're going to go over it again and again and again until everyone gets it. Okay, so I guess great minds think alike because we're going to learn drop now. So here is the next exercise. How would you guys like to do this? You want to review it individually as a class?
Mob coding!
Okay. Well, we can mob the next one. This is more just a review one.
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, we can. We'll just do it on my computer.
Oh, you have it there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just usually tell people to bring their laptops up because people have trouble like typing on this one or stuff. So yeah, so here's what we're doing here. We're going to learn a few new things with Mongo. We're going to learn update. Update does what? It changes something that's already there. So insert creates a new record, right? Update updates an existing record. And update takes two things. It takes first an object, which is the data that we're going to be updating. So your object could have 100 different properties. It could have country, city, state, province, like a whole bunch of stuff. If we're just passing in country, then country is the only thing that will get updated. All the other fields what will happen to them?
Isn't that what you're selecting?
They'll say the same. What?
Isn't that what you're selecting?
No, the second thing is what we're selecting by.
No, that is what you're selecting by.
Wait, country, Morocco. Oh, yeah. So we have to use the set function object to update? I don't remember that.
Because if you don't use set, it'll remove whatever else you had. Like it'll basically do like an insert.
Okay. So it doesn't overwrite the other property.
No, yeah. Set, right. You're telling it like only change continent and then put
okay, my fault, guys. So we're looking for something where the country is Morocco, and then we're going to set the continent as Antarctica.
What's the one that deletes everything else?
No, if you do the update and you don't put set, it'll basically do like an insert. And it'll, like, if you only did, continent Antarctica, then that's the only thing that would have, that document would only have continent.
Antarctica, and everything else would get overwritten. If there are a bunch of other properties, they would get erased.
That dollar sign's important.
Yeah.
The dollar sign is something that we see in Mongo. Where are these what are called Mongo functions, or are they like operators? I forget.
They're operators.
The exact nomenclature. Yeah, these are what are called operators. Then there are functions too, which we'll get into later. But we have a set of operators. You guys can go and look them up if you'd like, and we'll cover them again. I'll just probably good to just show it to you guys now. So yeah, so this is if you want to do advanced queries, like we saw find, where you just type in the property name and then the value name that you're looking for. But you can we saw that one in the last one, right? Where you do the find and then. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is from my other stuff that I do. Okay, query and project operators. So they operate on BSON. So you can use this one, $EQ matches values that are equals to a specific value, which is almost the same as just using the regular find without the operator, right? But I guess they just let you do it with an operator. Then you can match things that are greater than. Like I want to find all prices in my database that are greater than $100. You can do that. You can do greater than or equal to. You can do things. You can search arrays if you have arrays, because you can have arrays as a data type, right? So you can have one field in your documents. Because to get back to the nomenclature of Mongo a little bit, you have collections and then you have documents. So technically Mongo works on collection of documents. In JavaScript and JSON terms, this is an object of arrays. These are just the words we call it in Mongo. It's really the same thing. So you can find within a document can have an array as the value for one property, and then you can use this in operator to find a document that has one specific thing in an array. That's a property of that document. Everyone see how that works? Okay, and we'll see more examples of this too, but you got less than, then there's some logical operators. So you can do a query where there are two things. I want to find somebody whose first name is Jonathan and last name Morales. I want to find somebody whose first name is Jonathan and last name not Morales. Then you have NOR, that's more bitwise logic. Or no, it's not bitwise logic. It's just regular. Yeah, not either or. You guys all see how this pretty much works, right? It lets you do all these operator. Then you can do evaluations. You can use regexes if you want to do queries by regexes. You can do that. You can validate your documents against a JSON schema so you can see if it matches a certain data structure. This is kind of getting ahead of ourselves, though. I just wanted to show you guys the sort of things we can do with operators. But in this case, we're just going to use the operator set to set the continent to Antarctica, and then multi-true. This means that it operates on every matching document in the set, right, Jonathan?
If you don't do multi, it'll only do the first one that it finds.
Okay. So what will happen when we run this command, db.places.update country Morocco, and we're going to set the capital to Rabat? What is that going to do? Yeah, it's going to add the capital property with the value of Rabat to the document that has its country set to Morocco. It will create the field. Yeah.
What happens if you add something that is new? Let's say that we have something that we want to say, but there's no data in there until the user enters the information. Want to save that in the database. How does that goes into the database?
I mean, Mongo is very flexible, so you can just create the document whenever you want to. So when the data comes, you can create the new document. You can update a document. You do that. If you don't have to create the document before.
It's not gonna be there until it has some data to.
I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking, can you add an empty document?
A table that is gonna be filled with some information, but there's some cells that are not filled yet.
Yeah, so we went over this already. Mongo doesn't use a table-based structure, so you can have fields in one document that aren't in another document. In SQL, you have to have empty fields. In Mongo, because it's structured in a different way, you don't need to have the empty fields. It just works without them. It works more like JSON.
But the key for that, so the document name is not going to be there, because that document doesn't have any data. If I say something,
yeah, stick with it. You're getting it. You're getting it. Just stick with it. Okay. So let's see, what else are we doing here? We're going to update more stuff about Morocco. Now we can remove the record from Morocco, or we can do a remove with an empty object, and that deletes what? It deletes every document in the collection, right? You just try this one, Madison? Drop. Yeah, that's what we're looking at, drop. Oh no, we're using remove. Yeah, so we're using remove. Remove removes all the things. Yeah, my fault. Then drop a specific thing you want to remove, or you can use the empty one, and that will remove all the documents in the collection, but it will leave the collection itself intact. If you use drop, it will delete all the documents in the collection, and it will delete the collection. Then you can also drop your entire database if you want to. Yay! Okay, next thing. You guys want to do some mobbing?
Oh, this is the last one.
Go back to your classroom database. You decided to take on a new. Oh wait, so we need somebody else's laptop up here for this. That is so.
Bring mine. I mean, how's Jackie give us here? We're doing that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, no, we'll just go ahead and make the database on here. Let me make sure I have MongoD and Mongo and all that good stuff on here. And then I'll let one of you guys come up and mob. Oh, I got to run sudo MongoD. What happened? It hates me. Close, shut down, blah, blah.
Do you have to have like an account on YouTube to do that?
So have you ever seen this error, Jonathan, in Mongo before? Error DB path missing data /DB.
You need to create the that to.
So let's do touch data-db.
Go make the.
Oh yeah. Will that not work? No, I guess it won't. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's me.
No, DB is a folder as well.
Oh, okay.
Data.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, thank you, Nelson.
Do you already have?
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Do you already have data in there?
Hold on. No, I just set it up. I've never used it on this computer before.
You can CD into data.
Okay.
Yep, it was there. CD into data.
Oh no, I know what I did wrong. I didn't make the data directory in the root.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There we go. So now it should run.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, well, maybe try running it. You might have to give it permissions.
Oh, you just run it as root with sudo. What is it saying? Let's see.
Right, go back down. Go down. Right there. Bind, fell, socket already used. Do you have something else? Do you have Mongo running?
Somewhere else? Kill Mongo. That's what he has to use for it.
Yeah.
Still Mongo?
Okay.
MongoDB. Okay, no.
Okay, we're good. Yay. Okay. So now we open Mongo clients. Okay, somebody come up here and mob. We're going to make the new database. We're going to make the stuff that we did. So just repeat the steps from our previous exercise, I guess, or you're not thinking. So guys, we're going to first.
Actually, I don't know how to copy it.
Oh, because Classroom doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know, but we already did this.
That's the database.
So everyone tells me what we did in
You're looking
exercise.
for a collection here. You call it students.
We first created the database, right?
Students is like a table.
Classroom maybe.
Okay. And then we just tested by saying, okay.
I wouldn't run it on a laptop.
DB.class.
Okay. I think I want to create new one. Database will be you.
Exactly. That's a new database, and you have to make a selection as well. So they're gonna.
No, it's over in.
Oh, class.
Yeah, it should just be like class.
This new exercise.
Oh, this one. Right?
No.
I have someone so that there's time to be at the same time.
I wasn't able to paste.
Do you want me to do that,
everything.
Jonathan?
Radiating shape interface.
Put in a curly bracket there.
Wait, should I put in an array first? Oh, we just want to put it individual.
So quotation marks within those, type name, colon, quotation marks. It's a space needed between the colon and the.
I don't think it affects it.
Whatever you do it.
Yeah, because I tried it both ways. What was the next
Row
one?
number.
Yeah, so 1.
Yeah, just put one. It's-
Quotes.
Yeah.
Inside quotes. Put the 1 inside quotes.
No, it doesn't need to be, because it's a number.
Oh.
OS. And quotation colon, Mac. Hobbies,
So we should update one.
colon, open bracket, purpose. Lauren, go ahead and list out your hobbies, girl.
Watching movies.
You're so excited.
Watching what?
Movies. So I create Listening to music.
Eating.
You're a bed, that's
Oh,
okay.
I know, I was like.
Wait, is that good?
Yeah, let's close out that, right, you know, we're a little too long now. And then, curly bracket, close parentheses.
I don't think so. Those are all like
You want to add it to one of these?
Yeah.
Update. Insert it to completely.
Change the name to Mike, oh, never mind. I wanted to know Mike's hobbies.
He can be next. What row number?
I'm in two, I think. I'm WIN.
Win. She's a winner.
For the win.
No.
All right, what are your?
The first one is actually very accurate.
Okay, I'll leave that.
The second one is napping.
Oh, that's in my.
Yeah.
You should be called Nappy.
Weird. I like to be extensively Jewish.
I think it is a hobby, you guys. Playing games.
She liked to play games.
So I like Scrabble, I like Classic Connect 4, I like Cards Against Humanity, I like Bumblebees. I haven't played Scrabble in a long time, and frankly, I feel as if I just questioned my own intelligence if I can know it.
Keep better too.
Oh, they are. And you know the strange words too, like you know.
What operating system, Mike? Linux. Hobbies.
Okay. Let's go. Who are you?
Yeah.
Thanks for
What were you? Okay, next one.
Napping and playing.
Huh?
Really? Ooh, wow.
Skateboarding.
Okay.
You have knives at the end of your shoes.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean by aggressive?
Well, I
Don't forget.
Okay, I'd say that's cool.
Why second? Why not go first?
You don't want to know.
Loaded question.
Wait, what is this assignment? So we go back to the database, you decided to.
I'm just putting what we have so far.
Oh, this reminded me of you. This assignment because then you have.
Okay, do I want to add any others?
No, I think we got the idea. Let's move on to the instructions.
Okay, the instructions.
Okay, so now you're gonna change Lauren's hobbies to include extreme basketball.
Which
Okay.
is very accurate.
Extreme
That's very
underwater
accurate.
basketball.
I don't know about underwater.
Yeah.
That's actually a thing.
Do you teach classes on that stuff?
No, there is someone who does. Anyway,
This is normally when I would ask you how to do it.
well, I don't know. I'm just the person behind the.
Okay.
You're an
Steering
AI.
wheel.
We grant you authority.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
We're not ready for singularity yet.
Okay, so
Do you
you
need
have
class?
to.
Got update?
Okay, so DB places.
Francis, I mean, yeah, Bernie.
Yes.
So let's update Lauren, so quotation marks, name. Colon.
Yes.
Yeah, Lauren,
You just do that. So for this, you have to.
close up curly bracket, yep, comma.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh.
And then.
Another curly bracket, dollar sign,
Oh.
colon. Curly bracket. Anyone else want to take over?
Okay. So.
What was that?
Hobby.
So you got that part right? You have to specify.
Wait, wouldn't this replace the hobby he has already there and just
So you
use
gotta
the
tell
class?
which one you're specifying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on.
So the one with name. So you
I don't know, because when I did something with an
The
array.
first one is telling you which one.
You guys get Jackie.
So what are we trying to do here?
We're trying to add one hobby to one person.
We're trying to add one hobby to
Yeah,
one person.
so I guess it wouldn't be update then.
Yeah, or maybe something like that.
No, so it was
No, so we gotta go back to the operators.
Hold on.
That was Nelson's question earlier.
So you want to replace someone with a student's name with student.
Oh no, but
No,
it
we're
wasn't
looking
an array.
at
It was specific. It was
Right.
saying like
Yeah.
if you have an empty field for a person, like how do you add to it? But in this case, no person would have any empty fields because you just add the field that shows.
Oh, because you're calling it class again.
Right.
Yeah,
Class is the
yeah.
database, not
So
the
it's very
collection.
flexible.
Okay, so we gotta figure out how to do this part. I don't think we've seen it in the examples previously, so we are going to go and do our Google Food. So let's do some.
on that now.
Go back, go to the web browser. See if somebody can go back to that operators page that we were on, the Mongo operators, and see how to do it. Sam, why don't you Google for Mongo insert item into array? You know how to do it, John?
Do what?
For it now? How do you insert and?
Wasn't that in the last?
array?
Wasn't that in the last assignment though?
Find something in an array.
Wasn't it $push?
No.
$sign push?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's just look up the thing. I
Okay.
don't know how it works. Oh, you have it? Okay. Madison? Go ahead.
Tell me how to do it.
Okay, so you have curly brackets. Delete set, do push. And then inside the curly brackets.
Be the hub.
Yeah.
Push it over there. Give it to the column.
Modifier.
Okay. Yeah, so push, and then there's an object. And then hobbies, yeah, and we just want the one extra property that we're adding.
Yeah.
Delete underwater, that's false.
Yeah.
Everyone just always says.
I thought you followed the instructions, Sam.
Is that actually a thing though, or is that fiction? Like, that's what.
No, they actually do that.
I didn't know if it was a thing for real.
Is there any benefit to that?
No, there isn't.
And then
You can say you do.
brackets. And then are we missing that? Yeah, I think with the close it was parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this it?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
And if you wanted to have more than one item, then you would do $sign push, and then another set of curly brackets, and then you would go.
Wait, so shouldn't we find
$sign.
So let's find more weapon and see if it updates.
leaving that find curly bracket
What do you have?
Damn.
name and then type in the right thing?
So it gets.
No, it's not. Don't be a smart ass. They run this way.
You've done that too.
Yes, but not on purpose. That was legitimately. I was legitimately making a stupid mistake.
So this is what I wanted to actually have here in the ready. Unfortunately, matching one of the second is.
All right, what else?
What's next, guys?
Where's?
Another student in your row decided to move. Remove that student from your database.
Okay, so this time we'll be with you though.
Oh, well, it said while practicing for your competition. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, we're.
So Lauren was practicing for her competition. Wow, why do I have to be?
So we're doing this one, right?
Hey, leave my Samsung alone. It has an experience.
Yeah, so you're trying to.
You broke the computer of the person next to you. They're on a brand new operating system. Yay, Matthew's gonna start using Linux.
Okay, how do we do that? Hey, that was a good one. Oldie but a goodie.
Oh wait, so which one are we doing? Are we doing that Lauren's practicing for the?
No, we're
gonna
changing.
change
We're replacing your broken laptop.
Oh, that's.
Well, how do we do it?
Chrome OS. Chrome OS.
You can't run anything on Chrome though.
Okay, so we're giving you that because that was the cheapest in the store.
Thanks. That actually makes
All right.
Okay, so give me a
So DB dot class.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Dot.
it.
So,
Update.
yeah, it's just
That's like
the African
Parentheses.
human
Curly
behavior,
bracket.
human kindness.
Uh,
Why we call it that.
Quotation mark.
Source is supposed to be-
Name. Quotation. Colon. Mappy is the name right there. And the curly bracket. Comma. Curly bracket.
No.
Dollar sign.
I know, you said that too, and I was like.
That.
Oh, for like an extra.
Yeah. No, I know.
Curly bracket.
Yeah, I started learning a little bit about that presentation. I know there's
Colon.
what is it?
Post.
Maybe, no, it's not something.
It's
like, it's
Chrome
designed
OS,
for
that Post. Curly bracket. And then the parentheses.
I decided, they decided they're cheap.
Oh wait, we need another curly bracket, don't we?
They're the ones who.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to see it. Yeah, one more and then the parentheses.
I know.
Oh, I was inviting you.
Lauren's on a budget too.
Now,
That's a
DB.
mean. Lauren's on a budget.
Just change the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha! You're using Chrome OS now. Thank you, Melvin.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
now,
Okay, now look. We got
Mike
like
saw the Moppy Rover.
What? You're worried everyone else will leave and you'll have to sit all alone? That is so depressing.
Saw you break your computer and wisely decided to move. Okay.
No. Number 13. I was reading number 13. That's depressing.
You are worried everyone.
Bribe
else
everyone who didn't leave with candy.
Decide to bribe everyone who didn't leave with candy.
This narrative's crazy.
Yeah, no wonder.
Nobody
This
wants to
explains
know
a lot
Moppy
about
on her
George
Chrome
Clooney.
OS. I know, this actually sounds like me.
Except for the Chrome OS part.
Except for the candy. Would
Well,
you
no,
really
they-
bribe people with candy?
I can't, no, people should.
Yeah, she probably.
Yeah, have her eat.
I think it was just putting in.
So how are we gonna make Mike wisely leave?
So just
You just
go,
Okay.
push up on the command line until you reach the same one we just did. There, but change OS to row number.
No, you only need.
You know, he moved like to Canada.
Yeah, tell them listen to Maddie. Listen to Maddie.
Maddie,
Oh, sorry.
you're on.
Wait, that removed?
Got removed, and then we gotta find Mike.
Sorry, I just read what we were doing.
Oh, pardon, I was on the process.
Oh, okay, yeah. Huh?
Do you really roleplay, Mike?
Oh, so it's like a current hobby.
It's a hobby.
I think, would we need a second argument for that?
Why not?
Is it aggressive though? I don't think so, right?
Wait, why not?
We don't need a second argument for this, right?
No, that's it. We're just gonna.
So,
Yeah, but,
I know. Very strange. You know, a lot of this narrative makes so no sense.
Yeah.
Wasn't me like the same person who wrote the other
Yeah, somebody at Trilogy headquarters. This having a lot of fun.
Yeah. They were having a little too much fun.
Okay.
I looked at your elbow.
Okay, what's next, guys? We're gonna give people candy. We're gonna take away their candy. We're gonna do all kinds of stuff. So what are we?
Fun stuff.
So go back to the camera.
So we want to give everyone a field of gave candy that's equal to false.
So would that be db.class update parentheses. Here's what I'm not sure, but I think it should be curly bracket dollar sign.
No, it's the name of the property that we're replacing first.
But you're adding a property.
Yeah, so it's the name of the new property that we're adding first. I think.
Don't we have to put the selector first? Then we have to put the
No,
selector.
the selector goes second. The selector with the operator goes second. First is the new thing that we're adding.
Well, first is what, like which one? So it's like
Right.
defined.
The selector.
Yeah. So like where name.
I'm not sure if that's what you call it.
No, but we're not using a selector in this case because we're adding that field to everyone's record.
Yeah, so you'd put an empty object.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of gave it away,
Adding
but
that field to everyone's record. So we did update. I thought in the previous examples when we did update, the property that we're updating came first, and then we used the
No,
set.
because insert creates.
So the set thing came
in the example that was
First,
drawn,
you would say, for example, name, Mappy, that would be nothing, comma, and then the second object would be the set.
The set.
And
Tell
then
it
the
what to
third
set
one
it
would
to.
be-
Right, exactly.
Okay, so
So-
this is the selector. So the selector is empty. Then we do the comma. Then the other brackets, set of brackets with the dollar set.
So you do $sign. No,
Yeah.
it's add fields, camel case.
Wait, what?
Add field?
Yeah, that's what I got from their documentation.
Oh, you're adding something new?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
adding.
You want to add a field to
collection.
every record, every existing document in the
Got it.
collection gets one record added to it, gets one property added
The
to
thing
it.
is that it's just
Forgot.
not telling me if that. No, there's an S, there's an S for some reason. And then it says that after the colon, you insert another curly bracket. No, it's not showing me. What's weird is that it's also not showing me.
I don't think the quotes are necessary for the name of a property.
So it's just showing me this, but it's not showing me if it goes with.
They're like, you can do it, but it's not.
We're doing what?
We're
You
doing.
just need, Sam, you just need the, add the field name, Candy? Give Candy? Gave Candy. Sorry.
Do I need that wrapped in an object? Yeah, I think we can just do an update.
Yeah, so we want, I think what they
Yeah,
wanted us to
no,
do, you can use this add fields thing, but they wanted us to do it in a simpler way, just using the set, so we'll just use the set, and then remember there was that other property for, what is it called? John?
Multi.
Multi is true, and that tells us to do it on it.
We're gonna set it to false.
No, but multi is true and that it affects every collection.
Everyone.
I mean,
So we're
every
saying,
You're
so
right.
set, gave Candy, call it false.
Doesn't it need to be parentheses?
No.
So when it's
Close,
beginning, it
close,
doesn't need a.
No, I
Close it
don't
again,
think you
yeah.
really need that.
There we
as
go,
often
comma.
as you see it in the example.
And then.
You can try it without it and then see, that's the best way to learn. Multi, colon, true. Close.
And that's actually going to be a Boolean, right?
And another
Yes.
So it doesn't need quotes.
No.
Cool.
Another curly. No.
Push the button.
Yeah, because there's a curly bracket.
No. Yay, okay, we got like one more thing to do.
Yay.
Why am I still the topic?
Be-
Why?
This is the whole story. It's your
All
Ryan's
this-
currently
Okay,
underwater
next
basket.
thing,
That's
guys, yeah, Mike is, oh yeah, Mike, we removed him.
Damn, that's so much.
He
fun.
moved.
Who was the most interesting person?
Jail or you on the run?
I'm on the
Oh, I guess that's what happens when you commit second degree.
Yeah.
At least he has a computer that works.
Okay, let's go back. What else do we still have to do?
Now, mommy's gonna change her true to false.
All this work, so we're just gonna change the false to true for Mappy. You guys know how to do this. How do we do this?
BB back.
Yeah, it's like-
Sorry?
Keep going. Tell them what to do.
Go. You can do
You
it.
can do it.
It'll force you with you.
Okay, update. Open
Yes.
parentheses, open curly bracket, quotation marks, name, and colon. Let's see Lauren. Yeah, Lauren looks happy. Damn it. Okay. Then you're gonna close that bracket. Comma.
We're changing the narrative.
Yeah, curly bracket.
Yes?
Yeah, you're right, yeah. And then gave Candy. However you wrote it out. Set to true. Close it. Close it. Oh, wait.
No.
Yes.
Yes. That's closing the set.
We only close
Oh
out
yeah,
the-
the set. Yeah.
and then-
True. Gotcha.
Ta-da.
Okay, is that it? Please tell me there's more.
No, that's it.
Okay.
But this was the most fun activity ever.
Okay, awesome. So let's talk about Mongo some more, guys, and then you can all probably go home early. So you guys want to do this stuff. So let's reiterate. What is Mongo?
A
It's a NoSQL database. So tell you the job interview question I got asked when I interviewed for this job. All they asked me was, so what is the Mongo version of a table? You say it is it's a collection. Yeah, so you all would have gotten my job. Okay, you're done.
I'm just as qualified as Justin.
Do we want to say, do you guys want to cover more stuff, or should we
Is
go
there
home?
optional? I know. I think she talked about there's optional homework this week, or is it?
Let me check. What is the deal with the
There might
homework?
be just a weird, like, 2 days off.
Yeah, because of the 2 days off, I don't think we have. I think they're making it. A lot of people are behind in the other classes too. So.
And behind.
Dying. I don't know how you heard dying, but that's, that's pretty close.
Take a picture and put it in the chat.
Okay, let's watch the homework video. Okay, guys, we're gonna watch the homework video and then we're gonna go home. We're gonna watch the homework and then we're gonna go home.
You guys want to watch the homework video, or do we go home now? Watch it.
No, it wasn't a choice or question. We are going to watch homework, then we are going to go home.
Don't be terrified. We're going to watch the video first and then go home.
No, but we can hear you.
Okay.
What?
Dumbledore was
Oh my god.
That's why you get that.
Go home? Are you going?
That's why you get that not even be plus the 50.
This isn't even my final four.
This video. Why do I not get the audio from here, Jonathan?
You have to set your output for HTML.
Oh yeah, I did that before. Sorry, you're the bomb.
Oh god.
Is this required? What? I thought it was optional.
Wait, is the homework optional or mandatory?
Hang on, guys. Sorry. Yeah, you'll have to check with Siobhan to find out if it's optional or mandatory, but. So we're gonna make. You guys have seen this Mongo scraper already because you've had the opportunity to use it in other projects. Remember that? No, they said to use Mongo scraper to scrape the New York Times or something, and it didn't work. And then they had a thing. So now you're gonna build this thing. So it's gonna go and scrape the web. Mario, this should be good for you because you already built the scraper. So.
30 seconds. We're all gonna copy off your homework.
I'll be able to view my article.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
The way this woman talks is kind of.
Does it sound familiar to you, John?
It sounds programmed.
Sounds programmed.
To be able to scrape articles from a website.
Oh, it is an AI. It is a robot. I was like, why is she talking so weird?
As well as remove those comments and remove the saved.
They can't get anyone to talk? Okay, so we have a Mongo scraper. Hopefully it will be optional because this is hard, but this is a very good thing to learn that will make you better programmers. I've written scrapers before. It's a great thing to do. It really helps to sharpen your skills. So I recommend it.
I just don't know how much I'm gonna learn to use a scraper within my day.
Yeah, it's a lot. Do what you can, and I'll help you guys. I mean, Okay. Break. Good. Round of applause. Good job, guys.